Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 17th to the 24th. This is for Scorpio and Scorpio rising, and we're going to jump right into it. Scorpio, whoa, what a week have you got, Scorpio? This is an amazing week. Now, the reason, and you're going to get really busy very soon. I hope you know that. Things are going to pick up really fast for you. Now, we're kicking off the week on Sunday, March 17th, because this is the day that the Sun conjuncts Neptune, one of two conjunctions this week. Now, remember, conjunctions are very, very powerful. They have this really big charge about them. And this day is like a fairy tale. I said it in your monthly spread. I said it in your monthly reading. This day is very like Alice in Wonderland, Willy Wonka, Burning Man. It is all about fantasy. It's all about fantasy, imagination. Think about Neptune. That's what Neptune represents. Also dreams. Pay attention to your dreams around this time. They could be sending you messages. Remember, this is all happening in Pisces, which is all about intuition and the subconscious and dreams. And it is a big spiritual day, but it is, again, fantasy. And what is fantasy? Fantasy can be a type of escapism. So there could be a sense of you dreaming really big, and always dream big. I say it all the time. It's better to dream than to not dream at all. Fantasy is fine for you, but have a foot on the ground too. Okay. Don't get too lost in space. You could be you could be fantasizing about a lot of things. You could be fantasizing that Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling, Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix, any of them are your husbands. All of them could be your husband. Y'all got a big old farm in the middle of nowhere, and you're happy with that. You're happy with that. But have a foot on the ground, okay? Use those fantasies to actually motivate you into bringing reality to it at some point, because again, there could be a little bit of just over fantasizing about things. Now, here's the thing. This is happening in your fifth house of pleasure. And so this, for you particularly, Scorpio, fifth house is pleasure. It's love, it's romance. So y'all are going to have a day. Y'all are going to have a day, especially if you are in a partnership, love-wise, because you do have Jupiter in your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. If you're not here for any of that, it could be career. But there is also a sense of you dreaming about the future that you want with like a partner your partner in crime. Doesn't matter if it's career, love, the Robin to your Batman, your BFF, whatever it is. There is just something there that's going to be really, really sweet. But remember, have a foot on the ground, and happy St. Patrick's Day. All right. Now, on March 19th on this Tuesday, here's a big day. We got spring. This is the official day of the equinox. So spring in the northern hemisphere, fall in the southern hemisphere, but this is the same day that the sun moves into Aries. Now, Aries, for you, Scorpio, rules your sixth house. So this is everyday activities. This is you working on a lot of projects that are coming to fruition, a lot of projects that are happening. This is also, routines of yours. This is work, a lot of work, part of the sixth house in terms of the process of work, labor, hiring employees, things like that too. Health and fitness, okay, could be a big spotlight there. Remember, the sun is shining light in this area of your life, so there could be some focus on health and fitness around this time as well. And it's all leading up. The reason why I'm really focusing on this, two reasons. One, it's all leading up to that solar eclipse. We're gonna have an Aries next month, and that's big. We're going to talk about that next month. But the other reason why this is such a big deal is because, the sun is exalted in Aries, so it does its best in Aries. The sun loves being in Aries. It thrives in Aries, so you will feel this fresh new energy, feeling very driven, this ambition, going after your passions and new beginnings. Okay, this is all about new beginnings. It's not just kicking off a new cycle seasonally. This is the beginning of the astrological calendar. We're talking about new beginnings for real. All right. Now, Thursday, March 21st, Sun sextiling Pluto. Ooh, boy, this is big. This is big because it's happening the same day that Venus conjuncts Saturn. Okay. So first things first, Sun sextiling Pluto. Pluto is all about empowerment, okay? But it's also, remember, Pluto has that depth. You would know about it, Scorpio. Pluto is your ruling planet. And so when it's sextiling the sun in this very harmonious aspect, there could be something here where you feel very empowered, okay? And it could have to do with home, family, because Pluto in Aquarius rules your fourth house of the foundations of your life, family, children, your actual home. There's something here, but where you feel a lot of confidence. There's a lot of confidence here, intensity here, all right? Even sexual energy is a big thing with that, because Pluto's intimacy. Y'all are Scorpios. Y'all know about intimacy. And so, again, this is that day of empowerment. You kicking down doors saying, where's my lunch money? Like, this is a big, big day, but it could be a really intense day. And what's really exacerbating that is the fact that Venus will conjunct Saturn this same day. Now, this is very interesting. Remember, Venus and Saturn are both in Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. So there is this sense of, and it's all in your fifth house of love, pleasure, romance, creativity, self-expression, procreation, like children, right? Like having kids. But fifth house is also sex. So there is, again, a big, powerful element here at play, all right? But just with Saturn, it kind of brings that sense of stability in terms of what are the matters of the heart, what are the matters, things that bring me pleasure, things that, make my heart sing. I want to bring stability to. Okay, so there is a sense of being serious around this time. It's almost like think about a kid having, I've been saying this in other times, think about a kid, hanging out with her friends, and she's killing it. She's telling the best knock-knock jokes. Everybody's laughing. The flowers are blooming. Even, her dog's laughing too, everything. But then her mom comes out. Her mom is Saturn, and her mom is like, you got to come in and do your chores, okay? That is Venus conjuncting Saturn. There is something that there is a little bit of a seriousness to this. Saturn is a planet of limitations, restrictions, the planet of hard knocks, but Saturn rewards you, okay? So with this aspect, there really is this sense of what is it that brings you pleasure, okay, that you want to bring a lot more stability to, okay? So it could even be just like maybe you are going steady with someone. This is the day, and y'all having a great time. This is the day where you're really thinking about, okay, let me put some effort into making this last longer, right? And then when I say Saturn rewards you, it does. Saturn is, there's that karmic element with Saturn. So sure, you're going to go outside, you're going to do your chores, you're going to do your homework, but then you're going to go back out because, Saturn rewards you. So you can go back with your friends, and they're all going to have ice cream cones, and you're going to, have the chocolate chip one, the chocolate chip mint, whatever you want, Scorpio, whatever you want, unicorn, it don't even matter. Now on Friday, okay? Now, March 22nd on Friday. This is when Mars moves into Pisces. Okay, so when I say this is a week for you, Scorpio, this is a week for you. All right, Mars, your traditional ruler. All right, so this is, again, Mars is all about drive and ambition. And so this is interesting because remember I said Venus is in Pisces as well. So now Mars and Venus are together. The two cosmic lovebirds are together, and they got a lot of chemistry, right? They got a lot of chemistry, and they're going to be here for the entire month. Okay, again, they are in your fifth house of love and pleasure and romance and sex and recreation. Even like you could be really into football now or something, like pickleball or chess. There is something here where it's just like, wow, really nice. But remember, Pisces energy has that creative element too, okay? That very, very, very creative and intuitive, and it does well for you being a fellow water sign, right, with Pisces. And so I really like this, especially if you are a creative type. You could get a really big boost from Mars right now because Mars is energy, and I want you to pay attention to that because Mars is energy, and it's also physical energy as well. So you could just feel very vigorated and restless. And I say that because we are in Aries season. There is a spotlight on your sixth house of health and fitness anyway. So you may feel this big boost of energy, and a lot of it spiritually too, with Pisces being accented around this time. Now, Mars and Pisces, let me break it down for you. Mars and Pisces is interesting. Mars is like a bro, all right? Mars is a bro, and he's ready to go to the party. He's ready to go to the clubs. He's got, he's put on the good deodorant. He's, snapping his fingers, listening to, Four Non-Blondes. He's just getting ready. He's excited. He gets to the party. He gets to the club. And it turns out to be like a chakra cleansing event. And so that is Mars in Pisces. Mars is just like, what am I doing here in Pisces? And so it really is a matter of letting those energies work together, finding a way for those energies to work together. Mars is very fiery, by the way. Mars is very fiery, and then Pisces, obviously very watery. So it's just making those energies work together. And it's more like actually like the energies of Pisces working with Mars. So all that spiritual, meditative energy, that, holistic energy, intuitive energy, working with this planet that's just like boom, boom, boom. I got to do this. I got to do that. So keep that in mind. This is using Mars to enhance that spiritual part of you, that intuitive side of you, even healing. Remember, this is a healing week and a healing month as well. But it is in your fifth house of love and pleasure. So you're just going to feel a boost in that area, everything that the fifth house rules. But you definitely could feel a boost in just being very spiritually aware. Now, on the 24th, Venus sextiles Jupiter. We're going to talk about this more next week because Venus sextiling Jupiter is happening on that Sunday, March 24th. It really is going to have more of an impact on what happens next week. But just remember, this is going to be, well, it's not only one of the best days of the month. This is the two benefic planets that, remember, Venus is already exalted in Pisces, doing her best she's in her throne in Pisces, in your fifth house of pleasure and love and romance and everything else that the fifth house represents. And you got Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, good luck. That's actually in your seventh house, Scorpio. So you do the math. It's going to be a great day. A lot of luck, a lot of optimism around this day. But again, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it more. Look at that card that flipped over. If that shows up in your spread, we're going to talk about that. But let's see what's going on for you for March 17th. It's like a peekaboo from the universe. Okay, so let's talk about March 17th to the 24th. This is for Scorpio and Scorpio rising. If you want to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other placements in your chart, you are absolutely welcome to, if you know your birth chart. And Scorpio, let's get to it. Let's get started. See what's going on for you for March 17th to the 24th. Scorpio, like I didn't say it earlier, but I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Scorpio. Who else is a Scorpio that, I said Leonardo da Scorpio. He's a Scorpio. Yeah. Who else is a Scorpio? There's a lot of Scorpios out there. And you are good. Scorpio, I know you're good. You know you're good, right? You know you're good. This is going to be a big, like I said from the very beginning, this is going to be a very nice week for you. Very interesting what's going on here, because you are definitely having, because I remember your last week's spread, so I'm not surprised that the Ace of Cups is coming up. All right, the Ace of Cups. Very, very nice. Remember, I said this is a week of new beginnings with that fresh new energy. Okay. With the kickoff of the new season, new cycle. There you go. Aces, out of all the minor arcanas, usher in the most new change, new beginnings. This is a brand new cycle, new opportunity. There's something that could have come through already that just made you feel like you were on cloud nine. Okay. Cloud nine. Cloud Scorpio. I mean, this is scorpionic. Ace of Cups. Cups is love. Emotions, it's feelings, it's wonderment, which is a word, it's intuition. This is just so nice. I say it all the time. This is a card. We call this card the heart of tarot, the holy grail of tarot. You want this card in your spread. And if think about the last time something brought you a lot of joy. But like intense joy, right? It could have brought you to tears. That's what this card is. It looks like there is a moment like that that's happening for you, and you've recognized that now, okay? And yeah, it could definitely have to do with partnerships, relationships. Especially with the Ace of Cups, could even be, again, just think about like you getting the dream job, or falling in love, or having a baby, just those big moments. But it looks like there's something new that may have already happened for you. If not, it will. That is going to make, like I said, your heart sing. Like, you're going to feel it in your bones. This is nirvanic. It's euphoric. It is rapturous is what this is, like intense pleasure. And remember, you have so much activity happening in your fifth house of pleasure this week. Now, King of Wands and the heart of your spread. You're good. You're good. A lot of y'all are here for career, aren't you? There could be some career matters. Remember, I said you're going to get busy with career. And I say that because the King of Wands is the entrepreneur of tarot. He is what I say, out of the kings, he's like the Steve Jobs. Okay. He is so inspiring, so influential. He didn't have to work for anybody else. He also worked his way up. Okay, this is a king that he's not sitting in this throne from succession or lineage. He worked his way up because he's the King of Wands. He's got all that passion. He's got all that heart. This is a big heart of transformation, okay? I'm not going to point everything out here, but you do see the salamander at his feet. The salamander, when you think about the medieval times when tarot came out, salamanders were the only animal in the world where everybody thought were fireproof. They could live through fire. King of Wands, wands representing fire, is epitome of fire. Kings are air, okay? So put air and fire together. Whoosh. Transformation. Salamanders represents transformation. So do the Ouroboros. You see them in the throne here. You also see the lion, okay? Very interesting. I said the King of Wands is Leo. Leo does rule your 10th house of career. Career, public recognition, honors, achievements, fame. Okay? Some of y'all are movie. Some of y'all could be getting really famous too this week, or just being really recognized. Remember what I said when the sun sextiles Pluto, that empowerment energy? It's like, if you need to be heard, you'll be heard. If you need to be seen, you'll be seen. But this is really, really just burst of passion. It just almost to the point where you have so much passion you can't contain it, but you sitting in that throne and just feeling really good. I love this for you, and it's just almost like you are going through a transformative week. Now, you got the Wheel of Fortune, but you got the Wheel of Fortune in your challenge area, so just be aware of these paths that are opening up for you. Remember, I said it's a week of new cycles, right? We do have a lunar eclipse next week, which is another big aspect we'll talk about next week, that it's going to be the end of a cycle, but for y'all, and it could be something with like a relationship or a partnership. And I'm not saying like one's going to end. It's just, it could be maybe the way that you see a relationship, or have a beliefs about a relationship, or even just relationships in general. So because that Libra does rule your 12th house of the subconscious, right? So there is almost like that weird connection that's happening with Pisces that rules the 12th house. But anyway, we'll talk about that more next week. Just know this week you may feel that it's just like, be aware of these paths. Which one do you want to be on? Okay. There may be something that happens this week where you may feel like, again, if you're going to be in your headspace, because you may, it's almost like a good thing. If you feel like you're at this point of fatigue, point of exhaustion, you're moving into this new place in your life. So whatever it is that is making you feel a little like drained, if you feel a little drained, or maybe even feel like, I can't go on any, like that burden, even burnout energy, recognize it. What is that? Get out of here. Hit the road, Jack. Make sure you recognize it so you can get rid of it, okay? But even still, with the Wheel of Fortune here as well, there could be just something that some paths are opening up for you, and they may not be the ones that, it's almost just recognizing it, okay? Which one do you want to be on? There may be a path that's opening up for you where you're just like, I don't know about this. So you've got to really dig deep. And I say that because, you got the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Very interesting, right? Knight of Pentacles is especially interesting because there's someone here, by the way. When you think about your last week's reading, you got the Knight of Pentacles in your external factors area, right? Now it's in your crown, in your main spread. So there could be something here, okay? And I'm not necessarily saying it is a person, but it's very likely someone that you're thinking about, especially because Knight of Pentacles, moving from your external factors area to your crown this week, okay? Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. Virgo rules your 11th house. 11th house is your social network, your community, your groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. So there could be something there where you're thinking about that you're looking for this stability in it, this long-term energy in it. You are in it to win it. And again, it can be career. There's so much career energy here. And that could be the path that I'm talking about here. Like, is this the path? Is this the path? You've got a lot of power this week. Use that power. You've got a lot of intuitive energy this week. Tap into your intuition. Okay. Now, second to lastly, you do have the 10 of Swords in the root of your spread. So very interesting because there is going to be a shift, especially up here. Okay. And I say that because the Wheel of Fortune is in your challenge area. Now you got the 10 of Swords, which is a Gemini card that is in the root of your spread. Now, Gemini, as I explained before, rules your 8th house of transformation, death and rebirth. Okay. How interesting. That's what this card is. This is the card of new dawn. 10 is the end. 1-0 equals 1, new beginning. Those dark clouds are clearing for the sun to come through. How appropriate during a week where we're moving into new season. We're moving into this new day where the sun is going to be shining. However, you're going to have to something that's taking up too much headspace. Too much headspace, okay? It's got to go. It's got to go. Prepare for the eclipse next week, okay? So do some digging in advance. Get rid of those things that you're thinking about that, again, maybe taking up too much headspace, or could be something that, again, could have to do with someone else. There is so much energy around other people, y'all. So keep that in mind. All right, Scorpios. Now, you do have the 8 of Pentacles in your future. Very, very interesting. I say that because this is a great card. This is all about working hard. This is all about keeping your eyes on the prize, really wanting to make something work and not being distracted. All right. Not being distracted, not letting any of that headspace. And when I say that headspace with the 10 of Swords here, things that could be like low energy frequencies, like doubt or like self-doubt or things like that. Just that, even like confronting your shadow side, just seeing this path forward. And with the 8 of Pentacles, you're good in your future, especially because 8 of Pentacles is Virgo. So you see, you got these 2 Virgo cards. Now, Virgo, as I explained, your social network and groups you belong to, the 11th house also rules. Oh, wait. Yeah. The 11th house also rules, your hopes and wishes and dreams. You're working toward your goals. You're working toward your legacy. You're not going to be distracted. That Venus conjuncting Saturn is actually going to fuel you. This is really great. This is really absolutely great. Just like him, he's working toward his legacy. He's removed himself from the village. He's like, nobody distract me now. I'm putting my out of office sign up. Like, you really need it. This is what you're going to need, and this is what you're going to want. You're going to stay focused on building this legacy. Now, remember, Pentacles are a physical reality, so it can be something in your physical world that you're just like, I want this stability here. I want to go toward my goal, want to get to the finish line. Okay. Remember, Pentacles, money and wealth as well. Money could be on your mind as well. Really, again, that career energy is pretty strong. So very, very nice. Very, 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 very nice. And the reason why, by the way, the 11th house, remember, Virgo rules your 11th house. The reason why the 11th house it's not only just like your social network, people that you know, things like that, as well as hopes and wishes and dreams, is because when you think about ancient astrology, let's go back in time, like thousands of years ago. It's the people that you met, the people that you know, that would connect you to make your hopes and wishes come true. Okay. And so you always want to have those social connections. You always want to, be open to that. And remember, you already have a lot of energy about other people in your life this week. Now, let's get to your stuff. Scorpio, oh my goodness. Oh my diddly days. Are you if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Talk to me. What's going on? What's this new thing that's happening for y'all? You're good. You're good. You're going to have to make a decision. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that you're going to have to make a decision, especially with this eclipse coming up. Or let's get started. You got the Seven of Wands. All right. So there is definitely something where stand up for yourself, stand up for what you believe in. Just, there could be some, when I say other people involved, there could be a part of you where you feel like maybe people are being a little overbearing, or maybe like you may feel like they're coming for you. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. And again, it can be career related. Okay. It can be career related, especially with the King of Wands here. You've got all these pentacles. We have careers to make money. But this is also a Leo card. And that's why I say that. Remember, Leo rules your 10th house, but even still and wands are very career related as well. And enterprise, but it's just your passions. Okay. Your passions, your ideas, creativity. You see him standing his ground. Okay. Do it. Draw a line in the sand. This card is all about valor. It's all about valor. Now, you have the Three of Pentacles in your external factors area. All right. So there could be, again, like I said earlier, I'm feeling this energy of other people being strongly present in your life this week. Okay. There you go. This is a card. At the core of this card is bonding. Okay. Stonemason here, he can't build a cathedral without the architects, and vice versa. So there's a sense of teamwork, a sense of working together, working with others. But it could be something. Remember, I said projects is a big thing. You could be working on a lot of different projects as well. Well, there you go. Okay. They're working together to get something done, have success in that. But this also indicates like projects that you may be working on, something that you want to get off the ground, something that's new. Okay. Something that you want to, Three is all about growth and advancement and development, but it is also the birth of new things as well. And so I really, really absolutely love this for you. You could also there could be some family stuff too, by the way. That's happening when I see what's happening here, because you also got the Two of Pentacles. So there could be some family stuff. Remember, you already have Pluto in Aquarius, and we're coming off the heels of, Mars and Venus and all these other planets that are in Aquarius. So like siblings, aunts, uncle, cousins, but just keep that in mind. There could be something there. You may be working with family in some sense, or for family. But King of Pentacles, who is a big family person actually, but in a way where he has the resources to give his family everything he wants. He's the richest king. Very interesting that the King of Pentacles did come up, because, hey, that's what you want. There's a lot of money stuff here. That's what you want. You want a lot of money stuff. How many pentacles you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got the King of Wands. So there could be something with money. Money could be a big thing for you, by the way. Yeah. And career. Okay. King of Pentacles, by the way, is Taurus. Remember, you have activity there that rules your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. There could be something there. It's some of y'all maybe thinking about starting your own business. There's something with other people involved. Okay. There's something with like employees and stuff too. But if you're not here for career, it's just feeling this wealth and you wanting to just be a protector, provider for your loved one, for your family, for, people in your squad. But there is this sense of feeling that wealth where you don't have to worry about money matters and whatnot. But it's really great that you have the Knight and the King of Pentacles. And then lastly, you have the Two of Pentacles. Decisions got to be made, because you may feel a sense of imbalance this week. There could be something that you feel is just like, okay, I've got to, it's more of like a sense of things coming together now. And in order for things to come together, you have to prioritize. Okay. Prioritize something that has more meaning for you. Okay. Something that could be, remember I said, there may be multiple paths. You do see the sign of infinity here, by the way, where the pentacles are bound. So there is a sense of something where you may have to think about in terms of your path forward. And it could have to do as like money or finances could be the weighing decision, but trust your intuition. have that sense, communicate, okay? Communicate in a big way this week. You have a lot of power. I say that too as well because Three of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles are Capricorn cards. In your external factors, in your final outcome, Capricorn actually rules your third house of communication. So communicate, all right? There is going to be, but at the end of the day, it really is finding that balance and just in order for things to come together for you, things have to have that balance, okay? And there is possibly, again, something new where it's just adjusting to something new that's happening in your life as well. But you're good. I mean, you're good. You're absolutely good. You may be in your head a little bit, maybe even a lot of it. But there is, if you're in there, stomp things out where you're like, okay, I don't even want to think about this anymore, or this is just taking up too much headspace, or this is a fear I created when, I was like 12 years old. Now it's like, I just gonna get that out now. Anyway, Scorpio, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, talk to me, tell me what's going on. And next week, we got the big one. We got the big full moon lunar eclipse in Libra next week. We will talk about that next week. Thanks so much, Scorpio. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.